Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome over to this Formula NR2003 Championship. And here we are at Shanghai for the final race of the season 11 of the championship. And yeah, we're back online for the first time this season, and I do want to apologize that we haven't done any streaming for much of the season. This is due to the fact that I'm at college at the moment, and because of that, I have to basically I have to travel twice this week because I have a college in London, but I don't live in London, so that's the reason why I haven't done any streaming. But yeah, so I can stream for just one race. And that is, of course, just the season finale of a season, which is this race we're going to be doing right now. And here we are once again at the final race of the 11th season. Yep, we are Shanghai. So as we usually go by, let's start off with the qualifying grid. So here we go. On first place is Joshua Michaels with a 2-minute 9.825. Alongside is Chris Chatfield, his championship rival. For those who don't know, that Joshua Michaels has won the championship in the last in the last race. So sorry if I've forgotten to mention that, but just now that Joshua Michaels is the champion for this season. So coming up to third place is Ollie Longauer in this Ferrari, 2-minute 10.192. And fourth place is Jackie Tang. And in fifth place is Trey Patton. Sixth place is Joseph Abraham. Seventh is Kyle Keefe. Eighth is Robert UNESCO. Ninth is Zachary Fitzwater. And 10th is Paul Lambert. And the rest, you know where you start. So anyways, let's get this race done and over with for the final time this season. Right, here we go.
Drivers, to your car.
Bit of an error starting the race, so I want to make sure the race is as clean as possible. I don't want any mess ups. It looks like it's alright, so let's go green. And you can see Chris Chatfield is about to lose his second spot to Ollie Longauer. Chris Chatfield, he could end up finishing second in the championship. He's currently second at the moment, but Jackie Tang does also have a chance to finish second in the championship if he at least wins the race. Otherwise, he has to be like more than 6 points. More than 5 or 6 points scored than Chris Chatfield in this race if he wants to secure second. But right now, Joshua Michaels is currently leading the race. Your championship, your champion for the season, and you got Ollie Longauer, who has yet to win a championship despite scoring a high string of wins in his career at the moment. Chris Chatfield down into third place. And fourth place is Trey Patton. Can Mercedes clinch the World Championship? I mean, the Constructors' Championship in this race? As we've got Williams, that means under the hands of Chris Chatfield, currently chasing right behind them. I believe they're currently like a small number of points between them. So who's going to win the Constructors' Championship? And in fifth place, we've got newcomer Kyle Keefe, and that looks like the Penske driver of Alex Miller. It's gone a bit wide, but yeah, here is newcomer driver Kyle Keefe in his Nissan, replacing the banned or suspended Joe Bramble, the season 7 champion, I think. Yeah, the season 7 champion. But I'll go ahead and check. But he was a champion, and here in 7th place, that is, or 6th or 1. Hold on. I keep miscounting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th place. 6th place is Jackie Tang in his McLaren, who's done a really good. He done really good performances this season, and having scored. I think he scored the most wins out of any other driver this season. So he's quite a good achievement. And don't forget the fastest lap times as well. His number of fastest laps are completely high. I don't know if that's a record, but I'll have to double check that as well. Moving on, there is 7th place, Joseph Abraham. Joseph Abraham back in his winning ways. This season. He has been a bit of ups and downs in his career, and there is a bit of speculation what he's going to be doing next season. We don't know whether he's going to be staying with Renault next season. We'll have to double check and see. And in 8th place is up and coming Robert Unesco. After spending 2 seasons with the Haas team, I think. Yeah, he's now into Penske. He has not won a race yet, although he has won a race, surprisingly, last season with the Haas team. And moving on to Penske could be a good, probably, at least a small improvement would do for Robert Unesco, and he's quite beneficial for him to join the Penske team. There are not a lot of other bigger teams out there. But yeah, you can see that Robert Unesco is in a car that has won a couple of races. He won 3 races. Penske won 3 races last season. That was when Damien Fenton was behind the wheel of one of the cars. And look at Robert Unesco. He's gone a little bit wide. He's tried to get past Jackie Tang. And he lost a place. And you got the Red Bull driver of Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary Fitzwater overtakes both the Penske driver of Robert Unesco and Jackie Tang. So Zachary Fitzwater gains 2 spots. That was a good performance down there for Zachary Fitzwater. He's now up into 6th place now, or 7th place. Oh my god, Zachary Fitzwater slowed down. Zachary Fitzwater has slowed down for that drive down there. Zachary Fitzwater looks as though that race has ended. It's going to end real early for him. So bad luck for Zachary Fitzwater. It may have been an engine failure. We'll have to double check the exact reason why. And there is his teammate over there, Daniel Wilson. As we go back and we'll have a look, we'll check and see that the yellow flag going to be coming out. Yellow flag coming out as a result of Zachary Fitzwater on the track. So moving back to Joshua Michaels, the leader currently at the moment. As we say goodbye to Zachary Fitzwater, his race has ended early. And let's go green. And have a look and see. Look at Joshua Michaels. He's got Ole Longauer behind him now. Could Ole Longauer take the lead? We've got Chris Chafford right behind her for taking 2. And Chris Chafford could get a chance. Look at Joshua Michaels. Ole Longauer. He tries to get past Joshua Michaels. Joshua Michaels defends the Ferrari, trying to keep the lead. It'd be better for him to be less aggressive on it, because he has won the championship and he has eventually reluctant enough to giving up that leader spot for the moment. Ole Longauer has taken over the lead, and Chris Chafford, can he get over his championship rival? Possibly a bit of remorse, or how do you call it, redemption, for his loss in the championship hunt. This is his first season here of Williams after 10 seasons with the Mercedes team, and incredibly, we've got his successor, Joshua Michaels, who has already won the championship. So that's a big achievement for the American driver. And Chris Chafford is still, I wouldn't say he regretted his, oh my god, look at that. Joshua Michaels is way on the inside. No, Chris Chafford is going way up on the outside, and now he's taken over 2nd place from Joshua Michaels. Joshua Michaels getting really slow now. He's got his teammate and other cars around, and that's the Renault driver of Joseph Abraham. So his teammate and Joseph Abraham are now currently on the battle now, taking over 3rd place, I think. Joshua Michaels down into 3rd place now, and Chris Chafford is now on the hunt to chase down Ole Longauer in the Ferrari. Can he win that race? Can he add that another win to his tally of 2 wins this season? Can he do it? Or can Joshua Michaels fight back? And Joseph Abraham is now up into 4th place from Trey Patton. And look at Kyle keep keeping it up in his Nissan. We don't know whether he's going to be out. I'm probably going to confirm he will be a driver for next season. But whereabouts is he going to be if he does? And Chris Chaffield's in the pits. Chris Chaffield's in the pits. What's happened with Chris Chatfield? Chris Chatfield is losing control. He's off the track. Chris Chatfield, what on earth is going on down there? It looks as though that there is a problem for Chris Chatfield. And I'm not pretty sure about this. He might have blown a tire or something, I don't know. But right now, Chris Chatfield is now out of the picture for the time being. That means Joshua Michael is back into second place. Joseph Abraham up into third place. And in fourth place is Troy Patton. So, we don't know what's going on. Chris Chatfield, what a shame for the Williams driver. It looks as though he might be having a penalty. He might be doing his penalty as a result of that. He's now down into last place now. And we'll have to wait and see. Chris Chatfield is finally outside. And Zachary Friswell is back outside for whatever reason. I think he may have managed to struggle to get his car back into the pits. I saw it stopped at first, but now it's back on track. So, ashamedly, no, Chris Chatfield is out of the picture for the time being. Ollie Longhour is now leading the race. Can he add another win to his tally? And there you go. Robert UNESCO up into 5th place now as a result of Chris Chatfield's huge flop in the pits. And you got, I think that's Paul Lambert. Paul Lambert, this race will be Paul Lambert's last race as he has decided to retire from the championship after 11 seasons. No wins so far, but a moderate number of podiums is quite good to add to his career. So his career is pretty good despite not winning a race. He could be perhaps the greatest man never to win a race, actually. So he could actually be, well, I mean, no offense though, but this will probably count as an unwanted record, the most number of podiums without a win. So he could be either the Andrea de Cesaris of this championship, or in fact, he could actually or rather be a Nick Heidfeld in this championship due to the amount of podiums that he's got without a win. I don't know how many podiums, but I believe he's the most out of any driver without a win. But anyway, moving on. And Kyle Keefe keeping it up. There is another young driver, Robert UNESCO, in his Penske. I'm pretty sure Robert UNESCO will win some more races in the future. This is only his 3rd season. He started racing since season 9, so Robert UNESCO is getting pretty good. Maybe Kyle Keefe can do the same, but that all depends. Their careers are really, really early to predict about whether they're going to win races or not, or perhaps even a championship. There's no Esparza Landeros in the McLaren. The other McLaren, whilst his teammate Jackie Tang I believe is still in the top 10. Noah Esparza Landeros is now in 10th place. There you've got Ollie Longhour's teammate Eugene DeMax in 9th place at the moment. And there you've got Nathan Stewart. Nathan Stewart won his first race this season, which is pretty good. I bet his new position here at Nissan has really paid off, and that got himself a win. So, could he perhaps go for more? Wait and see. I believe everybody is really hungry for wins and stuff like that. You know, results that they deserve, that they really want to be, you know, a good driver and winning something. You know what I mean? But, yeah. So, yeah. Everyone is really hungry to do what it takes to be good drivers. So where is Chris Chatfield right now? Chris Chatfield is way down the order. It seems as though someone hasn't started, so we have to check and see who has not started. Let's take a look. We'll go back and check and see which driver has failed to start the race. So may have been an error, but I have no choice but to carry on like this because this is streaming. So let's see who has failed to start a race. Zach McAdoo. Zach McAdoo has retired from the race. Let's see what the main cause is and how he retired. Zach McAdoo. Oh, there's been a collision. Nack brought out the yellow flag. Zach McAdoo, I believe this is his first season here in this championship, has been slammed in a collision. And I think that's the third of Johnny Gardner. Johnny Gardner is probably the main cause of this collision. Let's take a look again. Two young American drivers have collided with each other. Take a look again. Marussia and Thauber. Yeah, Johnny Gardner has tipped in the back of Zach McAdoo, bashing both of them into the wall. With Zach McAdoo, his shunt is a lot harder than Johnny Gardner. Johnny Gardner looks as though his car is slightly less damage. In fact, a lot less damage than Zach McAdoo. Zach McAdoo sadly did state he's gonna have to retire from the race. And look at the state of the vehicle. Yeah, you can see his wing. His car is done for the day. Zach McAdoo is out of the race. You can see he is struggling to get his car back into the pits. Zach McAdoo is out of the race. Now, just to check and see who has failed to start the race today. Christopher Hughes is still there. This needs to be checked down now. Jackie Tang is out of the points at the moment. We'll also double check again. Paul Lambert, Decker Fitzwater. I've seen Miller, I've seen Sakuli, I've seen Alson, Cleary. So Adam Cleary has failed to start the race. Let's check and see what happened. Yeah, Adam Cleary has failed to start the race. You can see his engine's blown up. Well, you can probably count it. Well, I don't know. He's probably about to start the race, but sadly, Adam Cleary has engine blown up. You can see from there. Adam Cleary has failed to start the race. And that is all for now. Now let's go back to the yellow flag and see. And moving on, the race is now restarted. And looks as though a lot of the cars are caught up with each other. Ollie Longauer appears as though he might be leading the race still, but this is all subject to change for the time being. Joseph Abraham is now leading the race. And he's got his teammate Paul Lambert in second place, and that will make a Renault 1-2 for the time being. There's Nathan Stewart in the Nissan. Fourth place is Eugene DeMax. Fifth place is Noah Spathalanderos. Sixth place Alex Miller. Seventh Chandler Cardell. Josh Sakuli 8th. Jackie Tang 9th. And Ollie Longauer 10th. 11th place is Christopher Hughes. And where is Chris Chaffel right now? Chris Chaffel's opportunity is about to come up. Chris Chaffel is now going to start to strive his way through. Hopefully try and make his way back to the top. Hopefully he can win this race still, as his chances are still coming along. Well, wait and see. But there's Chris Chaffel striving his way from the lower field into the midfield, and hopefully soon he'll be back in the top. So there it is. Joseph Abraham is now leading the race, but he's not acting as what he's meant to be. Well, the way his speeds are, it seems pretty slower than what Oli Ongauer was when he was leading. So this could all be subject to change in the next few laps, unless Joseph Abraham can soon start building up his speed. There's Nathan Stewart up into third place. There is Alex Miller. And the slow-running Durav George in the gentleman's team. Yeah, Durav George is back in the championship from last season, having been given a spot to simply race for fun. In fact, he's doing kind of well so far, despite that he's not actually racing for points. I forgot to tell you that this team, the gentleman's team, will not be eligible scoring points, and we have some surprising pit stops coming up. And there is this Chandler Cardill. I think these lads have not pitted before. Yeah, Chandler Cardill and Ollie Longauer is in the pits. So this could all be a big change. Let's go through these laps and see which drivers have found. Oh, we have a yellow flag coming up, and Samad Ozkan is out of the race. A bit unlucky for me to capture that, sadly. Ollie Longauer, there you can see, sadly there's not a lot of footage that I'm able to capture, but Samad Ozkan has retired from a blown engine. So no Adam Cleary, no Zach McAdoo, and no Samad Ozkan. So the two drivers that have started the race they're all out of the race. Adam Cleary has failed to start. Moving back up front, let's see. And Chris Chaffel is back into second place now. But how long will he hold up for? And here we go. We're moving on right now as Trey Patton this time is leading the race. And you got Chris Chaffel up into second place now. But will Chris Chaffel get back up front and win the race? Will that make it happen? Will it actually happen? Robert UNESCO in third place now. Fourth place is Joshua Michaels. So these two drivers aren't close on that far right now. But Joshua Michaels is now starting to pose a little threat of Chris Chaffel now. He could actually get back up there and probably go dominant like he used to be and win the race, like he did in the past races in the season. In fifth place at the moment is Lewis Batemans in his house, or Ian Rigsby in sixth place. Seventh place is Joseph Abraham. Eighth is Zachary Fitzwater. Ninth is Paul Lambert, and 10th place is Sam Crair. Sam Crair has decided not to race again from next season, so no Sam Crair. And if you excuse me a moment, I've got a phone call. 1 second, please. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Just a small phone call. Alright, so we're back in the race at the moment as we see Sam Crair is currently leading a huge trend of cars at the moment in his last race. Probably his last race of the championship. Probably forever, I don't know. But he stated he's not going to race again from next season. So moving back, and we've got a lot of small cars in the pits right now. Let's see. Okay, just to get back in this momentum commentary. Trey Patton is now still leading the race at the moment, alongside Chris Chatfield, who could end up. He's more likely, by the way that this race is running right now. If it does end like this, then Chris Chatfield will secure second place in the championship. Jackie Tang is way down and outside of the points right now, so probably unlikely Jackie Tang to secure second place. But right now, as we get this thing closer, so Patton, Chatfield, Ionesco, and Joshua Michaels. Joshua Michaels is still yet to make a move on at the moment. And Haas driver Lewis Beatmans is still keeping it up. There is Joseph Abraham in 6th place. 7th place is Ian Rigsby. 8th is Paul Lambert. 9th is Zachary Fitzwater. And 10th place is Sam Correa. There is Eugene DeMax. And I don't know where about his teammate at the moment. Probably in the bad luck side. He's way down the order at the moment. Look at Eugene DeMax taking over Nissan driver of Nathan Stewart, hopefully for that 10th spot. And there he goes. Eugene DeMax is, I believe he's in 10th place now, I think. So, but at least he's overtaken the Nissan driver of Nathan Stewart. And where is Ollie Longauer at the moment? Ollie Longauer is currently stuck at the moment, so it looks as though that his race is going to end like literally right now. So a lot of bad luck going along for Ollie Longauer with floppy pit stops right now. And there is Daniel Olson also stopped at the pit stop. I believe these two are getting penalties. Yeah, I just had reports that these two have been penalised for whatever reason. They say it's probably due to speeding on the yellow flags. So that can explain the reason. So anyway, moving back, as the two drivers' races have suddenly have slowly come to an end. Eugene DeMax, I can confirm he's in 11th place now. Can Chris Chatfield win a race? Or can Trey Patton deny it? Or could Joshua Michaels get back and make a surprise win up to the front in the last race of the season? Can he do it? Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Have to keep commentating because Alright, moving on again. So the race is kind of getting well right now. Right now we're currently looking at Noah Spartalanderos. How about we take a look at some onboard cameras, because we haven't done any so far in this race. Let's take a look at Chris Chatfield in his Williams. There it is. He's currently following Trey Patton at the moment. Ooh, a bit of a flop down there. And a bit of a, mishap, or whatever way you call this. Is exactly the same thing. Chris Chatfield, looks like we've got Robert Ionesco. I didn't know Robert Ionesco is side by side for him. Robert Ionesco is side by side, but really way wide down on the corner, but he's still not giving up. Chris Chatfield is trying to defend his second place for Robert Ionesco, but it looks as though Robert Ionesco's got the inside line of Chris Chatfield, and it looks as though, in fact, nowhere. Chris Chatfield finally denies that Robert Ionesco slows down. Yes, behind Chris Chatfield. Look at all those bendy tracks down there. And so this is not giving Robert Ionesco any good. If it wasn't a straight line, and probably he could have probably gone in front of the British driver of Chris Chatfield. But so far, Robert Ionesco is staying where he is right now. Joshua Michaels still have not made a move on or any change just yet. Joseph Abraham is still in 5th place. 6th place is his teammate Paul Lambert. And Lewis Beekman is starting to slow down a little bit. Could Could he still finish the race in the points? Could Lewis Beekman's make that possible? We've got nine laps to go. So let's see how we can make up. Zachary Freshwater is currently in 8th place at the moment. And Eugene Max in 9th place now. So Ferrari is still in the points. And in Rigsby in 10th place. We've got Nathan Stewart trying to overtake Rigsby, the British driver. The Canadian driver, Nathan Stewart, has got around in the inside. And here we go. In Rigsby has slowed down, gone off the track, and that gives Sam Creed the opportunity as well to overtake him. And no, Esparza landed us. So there you go. In Rigsby has lost 3 spots. In fact, let's check that again, because this is quite of a rare sighting to see. Going on board the Ganassi driver of Ian Rigsby. There is Nathan Stewart and there's Sam Cray. And there is Noah Spavalandos. So in Rigsby has lost 3 spots in that very same corner. Oli Longawa and Daniel Olson are now behind. They're still racing, but they're 2 laps behind the rest of the pack. And Chris Chatfield is still behind Trey Patton. Trey Patton is starting to pull up a little bit. Checking a look at the fastest lap times. Chris Chatfield is currently fastest at the moment. And I think that is Joshua Michaels. No, that is Trey Patton. And in 3rd place, I think is car number 4. That is Oli Longawa, who is sadly not in the points anymore. And Chris Sheffield seems to... In fact, he's losing a lot of space, but now he's trying to come back at it now. Robert Unesco is getting a little bit racier now still. You can see his car starting to go a bit more wide than usual. Chris Sheffield looks as though... No, that's not. That's Joshua Michaels. He looks as though he has a slight dent. I don't know if just a computer or something like that, but it looks as though his Mercedes is slightly dented. Yeah, you can see it is slightly uneven than the rest of the other cars. So it looks as though that his car is starting to slow down a little bit. That could probably prevent him from succeeding any further. So it may have though he has collided with another car early in the race. But so far he's still currently in 4th place, which is pretty not much effect on him right now. So what can Chris Chatfield do? Can he make it possible to win that race? It looks as though that the way the race is running right now, Mercedes can actually finally clinch the championship for the season. As Chris Chatfield's teammate Chandler Cardew is currently out in the points right now. And there he is right now. I think he's in 16th place right now. And you got the slowing car. Look, there's the slowing car in Rigsby right now. In Rigsby losing a lot of spaces now, giving up to some more cars. Yeah, and there's Alex Miller. And Derev George can seize an opportunity as well to overtake Ian Rigsby. Nathan Stewart in the points right now from 10th place. We'll go up to the points. There's Eugene Max still in 9th place. There's Zachary Fitzwater in 8th, trying to overtake Lewis Beekman. So Lewis Beekman is set to lose another spot right now in his house. And judging by the looks of it, that his chances of getting points is pretty not that far. In fact, no. The racing outside the points is starting to close down a little bit. You can see the gap between... Hold on. Yeah, so Sam Cree, no, I'm talking about Lewis Beekman's. I keep forgetting it. There you go. Lewis Beekman's, the gap behind him for the points is starting to close down a little bit from behind. You can see Zachary Fitzwater trying to overtake him for 7th place. And the Ferrari driver of Eugene DeMax. And Nathan Stewart as well is over there. In 10th place is the final point spot. And you've got more cars that are going after that final point spot. So this could happen. We're on lap 22 now. We're on 7 laps to go. Durav George is in the pits. Chris Chatfield, let's say we'll make some comparison. Chris Chatfield is not giving up. You can see his lap times is faster than Trey Patton, but I'm guessing that the track turnings, you can tell that a lot of track turnings going along, so that is probably preventing Chris Chatfield from trying to make up his best. He's got limited opportunities to overtake the Mercedes driver, so this could be a lucky day for Mercedes, alongside clinching the championship if the race finishes as of now. And there you go, look at Chris Chatfield. There you go, look at Chris Chatfield. He's starting getting closer. At one point, Trey Patton is starting to pull away, but look as though Chris Chatfield is trying to pull back now. So let's see. The last lap for Chris Chatfield was a 2 minute 15.690. Will the next one be faster than Trey Patton? Trey Patton is still slow, so Chris Chatfield is still gaining a little bit more and more and more. And there you can see, we look at the back of Chris Chatfield. You see Robert Ionescu is still holding on to the final podium spot, but could Joshua Michaels actually take that spot instead? He's still got a chance, but whatever way. So right now, there could be a battle for the win. Not only Chris Chatfield, probably for Robert Ionescu and Joshua Michaels as well. And they're currently still holding themselves and keeping their eyes clear of the leader in front of them. That is Trey Patton, of course. And look, as the Trey Patton is starting to slow down a little bit. In fact, no, Chris Chatfield is slowing down a bit. I bet they're both on the curve. I bet that's how they race, really. But anyway, excuse me a bit, but yeah, being a bit more clear. You can see that Trey Patton, sorry, I do apologise again. Yeah, these two drivers are now getting the hang of where they are right now, especially for Chris Chatfield. And look at that. Joshua Michaels is going a little bit closer than Robert Ionescu. It looks as though that Robert Ionescu is starting to slow down a little bit now. And you can see the gap right now starting to increase between Chatfield and Ionescu. And Joshua Michaels is getting really close right now. So can Joshua Michaels deny a podium spot for Ionescu? In fact, Robert Ionescu is doing pretty good this season. In fact, a lot better than the previous 2 seasons before with the Haas team. So I'm pretty sure that one day he's going to win more races. Yeah, in the future, I'm pretty sure he's going to win more races later in his career. So hopefully, it'll be a bright future for Robert Ionescu. Probably for Penske, unless he moves to another team that can be proven a little bit better than the Penske team. But yeah, no offense, but Penske is quite a glorious team in the past. So, still, Chris Chatfield is now getting really close onto Trey Patton. 5 laps to go, I think, for this race, and Chris Chatfield is getting really close onto the Mercedes driver. Yeah, the lap times are pretty faster for Chris Chatfield right now. Look at these two drivers going way beyond their boundaries. Yeah. Sorry about this, I'm losing a lot of track right now. But yeah, look at Patton and Chatfield racing each other right now, that they're supposed to be. Now this is what I call real racing down there. Yeah, looks as though Chris Chatfield is trying to woo his former team, even though that is not his successor that he took over his seat for this season. That was his former teammate Trey Patton. So this can be really, really good for Chris Chaffel if he wins again in the Williams. He has won a couple of races in so far this season with the Williams team. The Williams team could also have a brighter future as well. Perhaps even win or clinch their first championship under the hands of Chris Chaffel if he hands like this. Because Chris Chaffel is a pretty good driver. He has won 2 championships. Currently tied with Damien Fenty for the most championships so far in the in this main championship. Well, whatever you call this, but yeah, in the actual championship here, Chris Chaffel has got 2 championships, the most out of any other driver, alongside Damien Fenton. But anyway, still, Chris Chaffel has got most number 1 out of anyone at the moment, and we've got pit stops coming up. What on earth is a problem for Chris Chaffel? Wow, a lot of bad luck going along. Chris Chaffel's into the pits. I'm pretty sure that this is not happening. It's not supposed to happen right now. So this, man, that Trey Patton is more likely going to win that race. Now this is something I'm pretty not too happy about. Trey Patton is now hopefully going to win the last race of the season. In fact, we should move on to the last... Oh, so a lot of the cars are pitting as well. This is getting pretty unusual. It's not supposed to happen like this. We'll have to see who's going to win. Well, I do apologize if the race had the end like this, but Joseph Abraham has won another race, and the last race of the season, Paul Lambert. Thank goodness me, Renault has got a 1-2 in the final race of the season here at China. Trey Patton has managed to stick up for 3rd place, and better luck next time for Chris Chaffel. I do apologize. Still sorry for Chris Chaffel for ending the race like that. Robert UNESCO has lost a podium spot, a chance of winning another podium spot. He will finish 4th. Eugene DeMax will finish 5th place. Alex Miller will finish 6th place. Zachary Fitzwater will finish 7th. Joshua Michael will finish 8th. Kyle Keith will finish 9th. And Lewis Beekman will finish 10th. And that is all for this race and for the season. And do expect a slow process of me doing the results and updating everything, stuff like that, and all the stats and stuff. But yeah, I'll try and get everything done. This is finally the end of the season. As we move on to season 12, hopefully if I've got time. But if I do see you, hopefully I'll see you guys out there. For those who are coming back. Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you next season. As usual, we'll start with testing here at... Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen will be testing as usual as we do. But anyway, to avoid any overcomplication, this is Robinho Gonzalez about to sign up for the season. I'd like to thank everybody, especially the drivers taking part in this championship. It's been a slow season out there due to my commitments that I've had earlier on. But yeah. But anyway. Off I go. This is me signing off again, and I shall see you next season. So take care and ta-ta.